Hello YouTube, my name is Mel from Mel's Paper Mix. I'm a 24-year-old cash stuffer and budgeter here on YouTube. I've been cash stuffing for 3 years and I have set goals for 2024, which I will be going over in this video, and I'll be going over my 2025 goals and how I plan to achieve them. So I think goals are a very important thing when it comes to budgeting because it helps me kind of have a priority list when it comes to my money, especially if I have any extra money come in. It helps me make my decisions easier as to where that money should go. So that is something that is, I think, very important. So let me know what some of your goals are, but if you're also a cash stuffing channel, please let me know in the comments so that I can check out your channel. Hopefully others can check out your channel as well. And here is my 2024 goals. My first one was to pay down my car loan, which started at, I think, $11,500. At first, I wanted to get it down to $7,000, then 6.5, then 5.5, and right now, at the time of me filming this video, at the end of 2024, I'm very proud to say that it is just under $4,000, which is crazy to me. This is my biggest goal, and this is my number one goal, because the interest rate on it is 7.49%, and that is pretty high. So I want to get this down so that I can actually have ownership of my car. My car's name is Claudia. She's a 10-year-old Toyota Corolla, and I just want her to be mine, and I want her in my name. So I am just very excited for when this gets paid off, and I'm very proud of myself that I got it well past my goals that I set out at the beginning of the year. So I absolutely love that. My second goal was to have no new credit card debt, or to have no credit card debt, period. Because I went into 2024 without credit card debt, and I want to keep it that way. But there were some big things that I wanted to do in 2024 that I wanted to save for. And those were to save for moving, which was around $1,400. I actually didn't end up moving, but I have that money set aside. I actually have $1,450 set aside, but I'm not moving, so I still have that saved. Next is my friend's wedding, C and K. Their wedding was at the end of the summer, and I did have to fly for it, and I am a bridesmaid, so I wanted to save $1,400 for this wedding, but I actually didn't need to spend all of it. I do have a budget breakdown as to how much I actually spent, but I did save $1,400 for it, which I'm very proud of. And then, along with my friend's wedding, since I thought I'm taking a flight down there anyway, why don't I make a vacation out of it? And I wanted to save $1,700 for a mini vacation. So all of these I met. Sorry, my voice is like starting to go now. I've done a ton of these videos back to back, so that is why. But I can go ahead and check off goal 1 and 2, because I've saved for all 3 of these things, and I have no credit card debt right now, which is really awesome to say. Next was to contribute, at first it was $500 to my Roth IRA, but then I upped it to $1,000 to my Roth IRA. 2024 was the first full year of my Roth IRA, so I just wanted to do a little bit to kind of understand a Roth IRA and how it all works. I bank with Fidelity, and they have been awesome. Trust me when I say this, I have been calling their customer support, and I have been asking them to explain some things for me, especially when I was unemployed and I had a bunch of questions about my 401k. They were super helpful. So shout out to Fidelity, but also shout out to me because I got $1,324 contributed to my Roth IRA in 2024. So I guess you can say, oh man, it got spoiled. But I have completed my 3rd goal, so that is really nice to say. And then after that, was to get my emergency fund to $10,000. This was going to be an easy one just because I think at the beginning of the year I only had, only $1,000 to consider my emergency fund fully funded. But I got this funded at the beginning of the year in March when I was unemployed. So I thank the emergency fund and myself for getting me set up with this so that I was able to not panic as much when it came to my unemployment. So I have $10,000, actually it's $10,010 in my emergency fund right now. So this goal is complete. And then finally, I wanted to contribute at first $350 to my brokerage account, but then I upped it to $500. And again, same with my Roth IRA. This is the first year I had a brokerage, so it's not a ton, but I wanted to do it so that I can learn kind of how to work around a brokerage and a Roth IRA. So those amounts aren't a ton, but what I think I lack in contribution, like in money right now, I kind of have in time. So very thankful to myself for having these two started. I know that can really set me up in the future. And as you can see, I did hit this goal by $7. So I hit all of my 2024 goals, and I'm very proud of myself. So when it came to my extra money, basically what I did was my first goal was to hit this, was $5,000. And then once I hit that, it was to save for these. And then once I hit that, it was to save for my Roth IRA. My emergency fund I finished earlier in the year, so I didn't need to worry. But then as soon as I finished all of these goals, as soon as I finished one, I jumped to another and another and another and another. And once I finished all these goals, it kind of gave me the feeling of being able to put some of my money towards other things that maybe I didn't want to spend on in the beginning of the year, just because I didn't want to feel guilty, because yes, I want to enjoy my money, but yes, I also want to make sure that I'm meeting my financial goals. And once I met my financial goals, it made it a little easier in my mind to spend some of that money on myself and on some things that I wanted to do, like traveling. So that was really nice, and that's kind of how I addressed my goals. But for 2025, it's going to be a little bit more a little more challenging. So for 2025, I have 5 goals. And the first one, I don't know if you all can guess, is to pay off my car loan. And it is starting at just under $4,000. And my plan is to contribute $600 every single month for the first 6 months of the year. And after 6 months, it should be fully paid off. And I'm super, super excited about this. For the first 6 months, I kind of have a different budget. And then the last 6 months, I have a different budget, obviously, because I'm focusing on paying this car loan. But once I pay off this car loan, I'm going to pay down my student loan number 5. My student loan number 5 is at 6.83%, I think. It is a government loan, student loan. And right now it is, let me look at my cheat sheet here. It is around $9,500. I'm going to do a debt video. It's going to be a quick one just because I only have 6 debts. I have my student loans 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then my car loan. So not much is going on there, but I just want to have it out there just so y'all can see my full picture. So I want to get that student loan number 5 down to $5,000. And this is going to include, so at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be making $145, just a little bit over the minimum monthly payment. And then after that, I'm going to reassess and figure out how I can get that number down to $5,000. But basically what I'll do is I'll take the money that was going to my car loan and put some of it towards this student loan. So that's going to be really exciting. Okay. And then next is to contribute $3,000 to my Roth IRA. So For this goal, what I'll do is I'll put $40 towards this Roth IRA every single week and for 1 quarter, and every quarter I'm going to increase that amount by $5. So in quarter 1 it's going to be $40, then in quarter 2 it's 45, quarter 3 is 44, and quarter 4 is 50. Wait, hold on. 40, 45, 50, and 55. It's going to end with $55. So I'm going to start with $40 and I'll increase every quarter for $5. And that number will get me to $2,470, and it will be up to me to get to $3,000. That's going to be the fun challenge of it. So I know I could fully fund my Roth IRA, but I want to focus on paying these loans, and I still have a few high interest loans that I really want to knock down. So $3,000 to my Roth IRA, which I think is still a pretty good amount. Next is $2,500 to my brokerage. I'm going to do the same kind of plan, but I'm going to start at 30, then it'll go 30, 35, 40, 45. So for that plan, I will have $1,950 towards my brokerage, and it will be a challenge for me to figure out how I will come up with the rest to get me to $2,500 towards my brokerage, and I think that'll be a really fun thing to do. And I use my brokerage kind of just as future savings, just really long-term savings. I could have it in high yield savings, but I want to get into a brokerage just to see if I can get some more out of my money if I invest smart. So $2,500, this could be used for a car, a home, a wedding, whatever. $2,500 towards my brokerage in 2025 will happen. All of these will happen. Okay, and my last one, no new credit card debt. This is kind of hard because, well, what do you mean no new credit card debt? I had that last year and I wanted to get some numbers. I want to quantify my goals. So, first part of that, save for 5 races. I am a motorsports fan. I watch F1. I am not going to attend 5 F1 races. That would be so much money. But it is to save for 5 local races. I think it's around $400, but I'm not going to write that down just because one of the races I might want to travel for one of those races. I don't have all 5 decided, like which ones I will go towards. I will go to. So I'm not really sure yet, but I will have it as 5. So I'm really excited for that. My summer is going to be very busy, let me tell you. Next is to save for my other friend's wedding. This is once again at the end of summer, and I'm going to have to fly across the country once again to attend their wedding, but I will not be a bridesmaid. I am just a guest at this wedding, but I am not 100% sure how much to budget because my boyfriend is actually a best man at this wedding, and they don't have a ton of information right now. So therefore, I don't have a ton of information. I am putting this number 1,500 kind of as a guesstimate based on the wedding I went to this year that I also had to fly across the country for. That was C&K. That was 1,400. So I just increased it a little bit. I will look at my goals periodically to see if I need to increase them or not. But I'm going to start off with $1,500. And finally, I'm going to get rid of this. The last one is to save for travel, $1,500. I'm not sure yet if this one will happen or not, but basically this is if I decide when I travel for this wedding, if I want to make a mini vacation and travel for that. So that is 1,500. Again, it might change. I'm pretty sure it's going to change, but I am going to just start with 1,500 and I will adjust as needed as the year progresses. So those are my 2025 goals. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your 2025 goals are going to go. And I'm really excited to see my progress on these. I think these are pretty challenging goals. So I'm really excited. So I will see you in the next video, and check out my channel if you want to see my cash stuffings and see how I take my steps towards checking off these goals. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.